aking kailangan ay isang katulad mo, na may gintong hangarin sa bawat Pilipino. Lahat tayo'y magkaisa, ang tampo ay kalimutan na. Sa kay gandang layunin, samahan natin siya. Inday Sara, ang siyang kailangan ng bayan, ang siyang magbibigay ng saya, ng ngiting kay tamis sa kanino man. Inday Sara, ang siyang ilaw ng tahanan, sa piling mo'y matatagpuan, bukas na kay ganda sa ating bayan. Sara, ikaw na nga.
Practice ta kung
Palaging may pag-asa kung tayo ay sama-sama, at ang ating isipin ay ang bukas na kay ganda. Lahat tayo'y magkaisa, ang tampo ay kalimutan na. Sa kay gandang layunin, samahan natin siya. Inday Sara, ang siyang kailangan ng bayan, ang siyang magbibigay ng saya, ng iting kay tamis sa kanino man. Inday Sara, ang siyang ilaw ng tahanan, sa piling mo'y matatagpuan, bukas na kay ganda sa ating bayan. Sara, ikaw na nga. Inday Sara, ang siyang kailangan ng bayan, ang siyang magbibigay ng saya, ng ngiting kay tamis sa kanino man. Wow, wow. Inday Sara, ang siyang ilaw ng tahanan, sa piling mo'y matatagpuan, bukas na kay ganda sa ating bayan. Sara, ikaw na nga. Sara, ikaw na nga.
Hey, Dapat pantay-pantay ang lahat. Walang kasarian, edad o relihiyon. Walang mahirap, walang mayaman. Ang kailangan ng bansa, pagkakaisa ng bayan, disiplinadong mamamayan, tuloy-tuloy na kaunlaran.
Tunay, love you! Huwag ka mag-alala, number 1 kita!
Siya'y isang simpleng tao, aking napatunayan. Mapagpakumbaba sa madla at maging sa kaibigan. Siya ay idolo ng marami, matanda at kabataan. Idolo ng inyong lingkod at tunay kong hinahangaan. At ngayong nakita ko na ang tunay na agila sa buong Pilipinas, siya'y aking ipapakilala. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Di tayo pababayaan, bayan ay aalagaan. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Di tayo pababayaan, bayan ay aalagaan. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte!
Matulahi wa barakato sa mga kapatid dating Muslim. May buntag at magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Welcome dito sa Sara All4U ngayong araw ng Martes. Sa ngalan ni Mayor Sara Duterte, ako po ang inyong lingkod, Tek Ocampo, live mula rito sa Davao City. Dinagsa ng mga taga Las Piñas City ang rally ng BBM Sara Unity Team. Dito, ipinahayag ni Bongbong Marcos ang kanyang plataforma kung siya ay maluklok bilang Pangulo ng Bansa. Binigyan din ng pagkakataon si Mayor Sara Duterte na ipahayag ang kanyang mga prioridad at programa bilang ikalawang Pangulo ng Bansa. Sa harap ng kanilang mga supporters, ipinakita nila ang simbolo ng pagkakaisa at pagmamahal sa bansa upang makabangon muli ang Pilipinas. Ngayong araw, nakatakda namang bumisita ang Unity Team sa Nueva Ecija kung saan magkakaroon ng meet and greet sa mga bayan ng Santa Rosa at magaganap naman ang isang caravan mula sa Cabanatuan City papuntang Talavera kung saan magaganap din ang isang Unity Team rally. Samantala, laking tuwa naman ng mga kawani ng sangguniang panglungsod ng Davao nang bumisita at makausap nila si Mayor Sara Duterte na matagal nilang hindi nakita ng personal matapos magsimula ang kampanya. Sinabi naman ng alkalde, kahit nasa malayo siya, palaging nasa puso pa rin niya ang mga Davaoenyo. Patuloy po nating abangan ang kaganapan ng BBM Sara Unity Team dito lang sa Mayor Inday Sara Duterte Facebook page at Inday Sara Duterte YouTube channel. Samantala, isa sa mga opisyal ngayon ng Davao City LGU ay minsang naging security aid noong kabataan ni Mayor Sara Duterte. Pero bakit kaya siya tinawag noon ni Mayor Sara ng Jaworski? Alamin natin sa special feature ng Ituloy ang Pagbabago Movement o IPM na pinamagatang Yan si Inday.
Nakilala ko si Inday nung na-assign ako as one of the security sa iyang papa, and also together with the family na yan. Nakita ko si Inday, maliit pa yan, no? Maybe siguro na siya sa either second year high school siguro siya during that time na na-assign ako sa kanila. Si Inday maawain yan. Ayaw niya yung mga taong mga abusado, yung sabihin na lang natin ng mga matapobre, ayaw niya yan. Kasi si Inday sumasama sa amin yan kung may mga activities ang papa niya, just like especially kung Pasko, New Year. Namimigay kasi yung papa niya ng mga pagkain sa dyan sa hospital, si mga cancer patients, sinasama na yan, si Inday sumasama yan. Si Inday is, during that time, nakita na namin na lumalabas na sa ugali niya na she's a potential leader. Maraming mga funny experiences diyan, no? Especially during that time na teenager pa siya, siyempre minsan gusto magtakas yan sa eskwelahan. Gusto magtakas yan sa school, maakyat yan sa sa pader. Pero namumonitor namin yan kasi alam nyo kung bakit hindi siya makatakas sa amin, kasi yung mga grade school sa eskwelahan, nagsusumbong yan. Nagsumbong yan doon sa sa mga security niya. Kuya, magsabi yan, kuya, bantayan niyo yung isang sakyan kasi si Inday nandyan, magsakay. Magtakas yan sila. Wala yan, hindi na yun kasi the legends ng basketball isa si Jaworski, isa. Hindi siya makalusot sa atin. May advance information na. Kaya minsan magalit si Inday sa security na hindi siya makatakas. Kasi ang ginagawa rin naman ng security isa yung safety niya. Ginagawa lang natin yung tasking sa atin na to make her safety. No? Mas safe siya. With those efforts na nagawa namin noon, at saka di bali nagalit siya sa amin noon kaya hindi siya makatakas, no? Pero ngayon ma-realize niya na all the efforts that we did, no, is para sa kanila yan. Bata pa si Inday, she's showing an attitude na maging leader talaga. So yan nga si Inday. Very proud. No? Very proud ako sa kanya. And also with sayang papa we are very proud. No? Yung baga, we are part of the Exhibit 1. Ma'am, andito lang po kami. 101% our support is with you. Kung ano man ang mga dapat pa namin gawin, no? Maitulong sa inyo is gagawin namin lahat yan. Gusto man namin na samahan ka at sa kabantayan, pero meron ka mang iniwan sa amin na mga trabaho dito na hindi rin namin pwedeng pababayaan. Mahalin natin ang Pilipinas. Yan si Inday.
Ang turo ng aking mga magulang sa aking pagtatrabaho, dapat pantay-pantay ang lahat. Walang kasarian, edad o relihiyon. Walang mahirap, walang mayaman. Ang kailangan natin, trabaho, edukasyon, mapayapang pamumuhay. Ang kailangan ng bansa, pagkakaisa ng bayan, disiplinadong mamamayan, tuloy-tuloy na kaunlaran. Ako si Mayor Sara Duterte. Matibay ang puso na maglilingkod para sa mga Pilipino, para sa Pilipinas. Mahalin natin ang Pilipinas.
Ba't ka sumali dyan? Panlalaki yan. Yun talaga yung mga naririnig ko that time eh.
Ako po ay galing sa mahirap na pamilya. Tuloy pa rin ang buhay, lumalaban pa rin ako.
Kaya nga ang ginawa ko, talagang nagsumikap ako sa lahat ng paraan na pwedeng mabuhay kami.
Fulfilling. Kasi para dugot pawis po yung pinagdaanan namin during training.
Lahat ng mga leader ng LGBT mag-meeting kasi mayroon daw ibigay na programa ang gobyerno tulad ng mga livelihood.
The world will be a better place if objective po yung kagandahan.
Ang kagandahan sa akin, it's for everybody.
Maganda ako dahil nakasurvive ako sa hirap ng buhay ko noon.
Ako si Inday AJ, sasagitin ka sa anumang panganib.
Ako si Inday Masoy, kakampi mo sa hamon ng buhay.
Ako po si Inday Darwin, hahasain ang inyong isip tungo sa magandang buhay. Inday will always love you.
Ang
Malaki rin ang pasasalamat ni Mayor Sara Duterte sa TV host na si Willie Revillame dahil sa nilikha nitong version ng kanyang kanta na Ikaw na Nga. Narito po ang kanta ni Willie para kay Mayor Sara.
Ang turo ng aking mga magulang sa aking
So be true to your country, work hard for the people. And the rewards, as I think maybe are there made in heaven, not here. Trabaho ka lang and be good. I love you.
Ang aking kailangan ay isang katulad mo na may gintong hangarin sa bawat Pilipino. Lahat tayo'y magkaisa, ang tampo ay kalimutan na. Sa kay gandang layunin, samahan natin siya. Inday Sara, ang siyang kailangan ng bayan, ang siyang magbibigay ng saya, ng ngiting kay tamis sa kanino man. Inday Sara, ang siyang ilaw ng tahanan, sa piling mo'y matatagpuan, bukas na kay ganda sa ating bayan. Sara, ikaw na nga. Palaging may pag-asa kung tayo ay sama-sama, at ang ating isipin ay ang bukas na kay ganda. Lahat tayo'y magkaisa, ang tampo ay kalimutan na. Sa kay gandang layunin, samahan natin siya. Inday Sara, ang siyang kailangan ng bayan, ang siyang magbibigay ng saya, ng ngiting kay tamis sa kanino man. Inday Sara, ang siyang ilaw ng tahanan, sa piling mo'y matatagpuan, bukas na kay ganda sa ating bayan. Sara, ikaw na. Inday Sara, ang siyang kailangan ng bayan, ang siyang magbibigay ng saya, ng ngiting kay tamis sa kanino man. Wow, wow. Inday Sara, ang siyang ilaw ng tahanan, sa piling mo'y matatagpuan, bukas na kay ganda sa ating bayan. Sara, ikaw na nga. Sara, ikaw na nga.
Ang turo ng aking mga magulang sa aking pagtatrabaho, dapat pantay-pantay ang lahat. Walang kasarian, edad o relihiyon. Walang mahirap, walang mayaman. Ang kailangan natin, trabaho, edukasyon, mapayapang pamumuhay. Ang kailangan ng bansa, pagkakaisa ng bayan, disiplinadong mamamayan, tuloy-tuloy na kaunlaran. Ako si Inday Sara Duterte. Matibay ang puso na maglilingkod para sa mga Pilipino, para sa Pilipinas. Mahalin natin ang Pilipinas.
Andyan sa puso natin yung hindi humuhusga sa ibang tao.
Yun pong tao na handang tumulong, yung mga instrumentong ginagamit ni Lord. Yun pong ililift up ako, yung magbigay ng encouragement.
Marunong makisama kasi yung tao naman na nakakaharap mo araw-araw, kung maganda yung pakikitungo mo, babalik din sa'yo lahat ng kagandahan na ginawa mo para sa kanila.
Ako si Inday Nila, person with disability. Aalagaan ka.
Ako si Inday Lai, sasamahan kita.
Ako po si Inday Jane, handang maglingkod, isang Inday. Inday will always love you.
Bago po tayo magbasa ng messages mula sa ating viewers, shoutout muna sa mga grupong sumusuporta kay Mayor Sara Duterte, kay Apo Bongbong Marcos at sa Uniteam. Let's go Uniteam Coalition! Kislap o kay Inday Sara lilipad ang Pilipinas. Isip Pilipinas, Inday Sara, ikalawang Pangulo ng Pilipinas. Isda o Inday Sara Duterte ako. At Sara tayo. Shoutout sa group chat BBM Sara Office sa may Condon, Ilocos Sur. Shout out Lim Lambo family from Davao City. Message naman mula kay Esteves Vilma, OFW, Riyadh, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Davao City. Mabuhay ka, mahal naming Mayor Inday Sara Duterte. God bless, mabuhay ang Pilipinas, mabuhay Unity. Maraming salamat po sa ating mga kababayan dyan sa Kingdom of Saudi Arabia na nanonood at sumusuporta kay Mayor Sara Duterte. Mula naman kay Nitram Orano Montajes, good morning Ma'am Inday, maraming salamat po sa inyong suporta kay Mayor Sara Duterte, ang ating future Vice President. Mula naman kay Norma Poblete, we love you Mayor Inday Sara, God bless you always, watching from Bahrain. Maraming salamat Norma at sa ating mga kababayan ng mga OFW na nanonood dyan sa Bahrain. Mag-ingat po kayo at maraming salamat sa inyong suporta sa BBM Sara Unity. Mula naman kay Jamie Che Howell, snappy ang ating soon Vice President. Maraming salamat po sa inyong suporta kay Mayor Sara Duterte bilang ikalawang Pangulo ng ating bansa. Mula naman kay Haiji Hatoza o Haijia Hatoza, mahal na mahal po namin kayo. Mahal na mahal din po kayo ni Mayor Sara Duterte. Maraming salamat sa inyong suporta. God bless po. Mula naman kay Leo Bautista, watching in Dillingham, Honolulu, Hawaii. Number 1 po. Number 1 ka po sa amin, kasama na si BBM. Maraming salamat po sa mga kababayan natin na nanonood sa Hawaii na patuloy ang suporta sa BBM Sara Unity. Mula naman kay Julie Lavelia, watching here from Canada. Love you both, BBM Sara. Maraming salamat po sa mga OFW at mga kababayan natin na nanonood dyan sa Canada. Maraming salamat sa inyong suporta sa BBM Sara Unity. Mula naman kay Joseph Pinpin, mabuhay Uniteam. sa Dasma. Maraming salamat po sa inyong suporta sa BBM Sara Unity Team. Mula naman kay Cristel Ventura Castillo, Laguna for Super Inday. Ito ang VP ko, ito ang boto ko. Maraming salamat, Cristel, at sa ating mga kababayan dyan sa Laguna sa iyong patuloy na pagsuporta kay Mayor Sara Duterte, ang ating future Vice President ng bansa. Mula naman kay Rosario Swan Arcipe, watching from Singapore, solid BBM Sara tandem. Maraming salamat po sa ating mga kababayan dyan na nanonood sa Singapore. Maraming salamat sa iyong patuloy na pagsuporta sa BBM Sara Unity Team. God bless po at mag-ingat po kayo dyan.
Inday Sara, ikaw ang Adela.
Dalawang Pinoy artist na naman ang nagpaabot ng suporta para kay Mayor Sara Duterte. Tunghayan natin ang ibinahaging magandang karanasan sa pagbisita dito sa Davao City ng singer-songwriter na si Miss Janelle Hamera at ang testimonya ng paghanga kay Mayor Sara sa singer-stage actor na si Gerald Santos. Panoorin po natin ito dito lamang sa Artist for Sara.
Bale, nung una pa lang actually, nung mag-viral siya before about dun sa sheriff, sabi ko, ay, ibang klaseng leader to. Kumbaga talagang ipaglalaban, ipagtatanggol niya talaga yung kanyang nasasakupan. And i-implement niya talaga kung ano yung rules, which is kailangan natin ngayong mga panahong ito. Yung may tapang pero may pagmamahal. Alam niyo yun. Kaya nung nag-announce na nga siya finally na siya tatakbo for Vice President, sabi ko, masayang-masaya ako kasi kumbaga kailangan natin yung mga ganitong klaseng leader na kahit naman up to now, kitang-kita natin na meron siyang paninindigan, she's decisive, firm siya, but at the same time, meron siyang puso para sa mga kababayan natin. And yung tapang kailangan kasi alam mo naman, tayong mga Pilipino, medyo may pagkamatigas ang ulo, di ba? So, kailangan natin na medyo may tapang. Pero at least si Mayor Sara ay timpladong-timplado. Kumbaga, merong tapang, but at the same time, may pagmamahal at may puso katulad ng pagmamahal ng isang ina.
Sabi ko, kuya, okay hindi ka humingi ng dagdag. Binalik mo pa yung 6 pesos na sukli ko. Okay pala dito sa Davao. At sinabi niya sa akin na kasi ma'am, yan yung turo ng leader namin dito sa Davao. Maging honest at maging tapat, kumbaga, at maging patas. So doon ko nakita yung pamamalakad ng mga leader sa Davao, lalo na ng pamilyang Duterte. At nakikita ko ito ngayon sa pagiging mayor ni Mayor Sara, na ipinagpatuloy niya kung ano ang inumpisahan ng kanyang ama. And isa pa sa pinaka nagustuhan ko sa kanya is yung meron siyang sariling paninindigan, hindi siya madaling madiktahan. Meron siyang sariling prinsipyo, meron siyang tapang na hindi mo basta-basta makikita sa kababaihan. Kaya ako, galing sa puso ko, naniniwala ako na siya ang tamang Vice Presidente ng Pilipinas sa darating na taon na ito. Nung nabalitaan ko na tatakbo si Mayor Sara together with our BBM, sobrang saya ng puso ko, sobrang saya ng pamilya ko. Dahil based sa experience din ng family ko, marami kami na experience na maganda sa pamamalakad ng Marcos. Alam ko rin na iba ang ama sa anak, pero naniniwala ako sa magiging pamamalakad dahil maganda ang kombinasyon nung dalawa. Nakikita ko na parehong may prinsipyo, hindi nagsasalita ng against sa mga kalaban nila. Focus sila sa pagiging positibo. Focus sila dun sa goal na gusto nilang gawin. Hindi sila para makipag-away, hindi sila para makipagsiraan kasi lumang style na yan Diba? Ang nakikita ko sa kanila is yung dedication nila na mapag-isa ang mga Pilipino, and nagsa-start yun dun sa tandem nila. And I'm really excited kasi naniniwala ako na kahit na sino pang umupo, kung ang presidente at ang vice presidente hindi united, it's useless. Mahihirapan ang magiging leader natin.
Ako po si Direk Niel de Mesa ng Artist for Sara. Kung ikaw ay isang Pilipino na tunay na sumusuporta kay Mayor Inday Sara Duterte at sa tambalang BBM Sara, hinahayag mo ito sa iyong social media accounts o nagsishare ng mga posts tungkol sa Unity Team. At syempre, ikaw ay isang malikhaing alagad ng sining Maaring ikaw ay isang musiko, aktor, mga awit, kompositor, taga-teatro, mananayaw, designer, graphic artist, live performer, filmmaker, manunulat, DJ, o di kaya ay nasa larangan ng multimedia at creative arts. Maaari mo nang sabihin ikaw ay isang artist for Sara. Isa sa adhikain ni Mayor Sara ang pagkakapantay-pantay ng lahat ng mga Pilipino. Walang mayaman, walang mahirap, walang kasarian, walang relihiyon. Sa makatuwid, walang sikat at hindi sikat. Ang boses mo at ang iyong suporta ay mahalaga, lalo na sa larangan ng sining. Isang larangan na nais pag-ibayuhin ni Mayor Sara Duterte at suportahan sa paparating niyang termino. Kung nais mong makibahagi sa mga activities o events para sa tambalang BBM Sara, mag-email lang ng inyong contact details sa artistsforsara@gmail.com. Daghang salamat at mahalin natin ang Pilipinas. Syukran.
Assalamualaikum, madayaw ug maayong adlaw kaninyong tanan. Maraming salamat sa mga kasapi ng Artists for Sara para sa inyong suporta sa aking mithiin na maging pangalawang pangulo ng ating bansa. Nakakataba ito ng puso at dagdag inspirasyon at lakas ng loob para sa akin. Sama-sama po tayong isulong ang isang mapayapa at maunlad na pamumuhay para sa bawat Pilipino. Mahalin natin ang Pilipinas. Syukran.
Bago tayo magpaalam, shoutout po muna sa mga grupong patuloy ang suporta kay Mayor Sara Duterte, Apo Bongbong Marcos at sa buong unit team. Super Inday, Sara All, Masada o Marcos Sara Duterte Alliance, Inday Cares at Let's Go Unit Team Coalition at iba't ibang BBM Sara Unit Team chapters sa buong mundo. At dyan po nagtatapos ang Sara All4U ngayong araw ng Martes. Maraming salamat po sa inyong patuloy na pagsubaybay sa ating programa. Patuloy tayong mag-ingat laban sa COVID-19, hindi lang para sa ating sarili, kundi para rin sa ating mga mahal sa buhay. Kaya always wear your face mask, observe social distancing, at magpabakuna o booster shot po tayong lahat. At sa ngalan ni Mayor Sara Duterte, ako po ang inyong lingkod, puso at serbisyo, Tech Ocampo. At ito po ang Sara All4U.
Ito na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Ito na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Di tayo pababayaan, bayan ay aalagaan. Ito na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Duterte apelyido, pangalan Inday Sara. Minamahal, tinatangkilik siya ng Pilipinong masa. Mismong ako ang patunay at aking nasaksihan nang siya'y aking makasama sa buong kapuluan. Mas mahalaga sa kanyang sarili, pagmamahal sa kanyang kapwa. Puso niya sumiserbisyo sa kapos at mga dukha. Ang mapabuti ang buong bansa'y kanyang hinahangad. At ang tiwala ng sambayanan ay may lagay sa kanyang palad.
Sara Zimmerman Duterte is a Filipino politician and lawyer. She is popularly known in the Philippines as Inday Sara. The nickname Inday means beloved in the Visayan language. In her baptism records, her name is Sara Vicenta, in honor of her grandfather, Vicente. She is the second child of Rodrigo Roa Duterte, the 16th President of the Republic of the Philippines, and Elizabeth Zimmerman Duterte, a former flight attendant and teacher. Sara is the first ever elected woman and the youngest vice mayor and mayor of Davao City. Her life is profoundly backdropped by her family's long history in politics and public service. Her socio-political acumen and leadership skills have been sharpened by the Duterte family's tradition of working in the government and serving the people. Sara's grandfather, lawyer Vicente Tete Gonzales Duterte, was governor of the then undivided Davao Province from 1959 to 1965. For 3 years, starting 1965, he served as a Secretary of General Services of former President Ferdinand Marcos. Before this, he served as acting mayor of Cebu's municipality of Danao from 1946 to 1948. Sara's Lolo Tete was a man remembered by many for his humility and magnanimity. Her grandmother, Soledad Gonzalez Roa, was an educator who established a foundation in Davao City that served indigenous people's children needing education. On the other hand, Sara's maternal ancestry provided her with an acute understanding of the heart of the working class. Her maternal grandfather, Godofredo Baldazo Zimmerman, was the son of George John Zimmerman, a German-American missionary, and Cristita Baldazo, who hailed from Hilongos, Leyte. Her lolo Godo worked his way up from crew to ship captain. Sara's grandmother, Purisima Puring Fortunado Abellana, was an exuberant popular vendor in Davao City's Bangkerohan and Manila's Baclaran markets. Puring's roots are traced back to Tuburan, Cebu, and is said to be a putative descendant of Hari Tupas, the son-in-law of Hari Humabon. Before politics, Sara had a brief stint as a court attorney in the Supreme Court of the Philippines in 2006. She then served as vice mayor from 2007 to 2010 and was elected mayor in 2010 in what is now known as the biggest landslide election victory in the history of Davao. Although a newcomer in 2007, Sara demonstrated transformational leadership skills among the members of the City Council. Her colleague, the veteran legislator Pilar Braga, described her as a firm, principled, tactful negotiator, pacifier, and fearless administrator. One of the landmark legislation passed when she was vice mayor was the Watershed Code of Davao. It aims to protect, conserve, and manage the watershed areas of the city. Her landmark project while serving vice mayor was Inday Para sa Barangay, a whole-of-government approach to service every year in each of the 182 barangays of the city. It is now called the Caravan of Government Services when she moved to the city mayor's office. During her term as mayor, the timeless Davao Life is Here brand was created. It propelled Davao City's image as a desired market and destination for investment and tourism events, including the meetings, incentives, conference, exhibitions market. As a neophyte mayor in 2010, she easily gained the trust of Region 11 economic pillars. Then President Benigno Simeon Aquino Jr. appointed her as chairperson of the Regional Development Council. The RDC under her leadership made notable accomplishments that propelled the region. She was also selected as a NEDA Board Regional Development Committee Mindanao Area Committee chairperson. During her first full year as RDC chairperson, Davao Region's gross regional domestic product expanded from 3.9% in 2011 to 7.1% in 2012. Because of this notable accomplishment, Sara was lauded by Joey Salceda, a prominent economist and well-respected member of the House of Representatives, as someone with an enlightened leadership style and sophisticated economic thinking. Under Sara's leadership, Davao City soared to greater heights and emerged as a premier city in Mindanao. For the short period of 2011 to 2013, Davao City received 36 awards, citations, and recognitions for good governance, business, tourism, health, environment, fiscal management, transparency, among others. Sara served as a regional officer of the National Movement of Young Legislators in 2007 to 2010 and served as officer in the National Executive Board of the League of Cities Philippines in 2010 to 2013. At this point, she already figured in the early surveys for senators in the 2013 elections, even if she was underage. In 2013, Sara took a respite from politics, devoting her time as one of the partner lawyers of Carpio and Duterte lawyers. She passed the pre-judicature program of the Philippine Judicial Academy in preparation for her plans to join the judiciary. Her desire to continue serving the public led her to be involved in a non-government organization, and in 2014, she was elected to the Board of Governors of the Philippine Red Cross. On the side, she worked on various product endorsements and as a segment host for a local morning news show on GMA Network. Her hosting job gave her the opportunity to volunteer, deliver relief, and report firsthand on the damage and the needs of the Boholanos during the 2013 earthquake. In 2016, Sara re-entered local politics and ran for mayor. She and her mother Elizabeth, who was in between cancer treatments, embarked on a national bus caravan called Biyaheng Duterte to help campaign for President Duterte. They were joined by some members of the family and Sara's friends and classmates from high school. Fresh from the success of the bus campaign, the centerpiece of her mayoral comeback was called Biyaheng Duterte, a political agenda guided by 30 projects for 10 priority sectors: education, health, poverty alleviation, infrastructure development, solid waste management and environment, agriculture, investment and tourism, traffic and transportation management, disaster risk reduction and management, and peace and order. As a believer of continuity, Sara's 2019 mayoral re-election bid was anchored on the 2016 platform, but this time called Biyaheng Duterte, the second trip. Sara relentlessly pursued peace and progress in her administration. As a result, she was able to lift Davao City to a stellar national status with 117 awards, citations, and recognitions from March 2017 to December 2021. Davao City is included on the 2021 Top 10 Richest Cities of the Philippines of the Commission on Audit. And in the same year, Davao City was ranked the 4th most competitive, highly urbanized city by the Department of Trade and Industry. At the end of calendar year 2022, Davao City is expected to be debt-free. At the start of 2016, when she returned as mayor, Davao City's loan balance was in the amount of 1.3 billion pesos out of all loans contracted by the city during the years 2000, between 2005 and 2010, and in 2015. Loan repayments have been consistently provided for in the budget. For the year 2022, the amount of 46.7 million pesos has been made available for the final repayment, making Davao City debt-free. During her terms as mayor between 2016 and 2022, she played supporting roles to the Regional Development Council and the Regional Peace and Order Council. Sara accepted the challenge of the appointment as chairperson of both the Metropolitan Davao Coordinating Committee under the RDC and the Task Force Tuganay of the RPOC. Both committees are trailblazing peace and development initiatives in Region 11. The Metro Davao Committee lists as an accomplishment the House of Representatives and Senate approval of the creation of Metropolitan Davao Development Authority. Sara has been recognized both here and abroad for the work that she has done as local chief executive. In 2012, she was one of the 88 nominees to the prestigious World Mayor Awards and one of the only 2 Filipino mayor nominees. In 2021, she was selected as the Philippines' top-performing mayor with a rating of 93% by an independent and non-commissioned survey of the RP Mission and Development Foundation, Incorporated. It was a feat achieved in the time of the crushing COVID-19 pandemic. Foreign governments have also recognized Sara for her work, generously supporting and inviting her to learn from their countries. She was one of only 2 Philippine mayors invited in 2012 by the government of Israel to attend the 28th International Mayors Conference. In that same year, she also participated in the World Mayors Forum in Singapore. In 2018, Sara participated in an urban planning study tour in the cities of Tokyo and Kitakyushu with the Japan International Cooperation Agency. And in 2020, she attended the 88th Winter Meeting of the United States Conference of Mayors in Washington, D.C. Sara is an alumna of the International Visitors Leadership Program of the U.S. State Department. Her advocacies are reflected in the projects dearest to her, the Peace 911, Magnegosyo Taday, Pagbabago Campaign, and the Kian Gabriel Hotline. Peace 911 is a successful local peace initiative that practically brought stability to the once conflict area of Paquibato district in Davao City. The project contributed to the collapse of the New People's Army Guerrilla Front 55. Magnegosyo Taday is a livelihood support project that encouraged entrepreneurship of women. The success of MTD spawned the Rainbow Magnegosyo Taday that intend to support entrepreneurship in the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transsexual community. The Pagbabago campaign is a two-pronged approach to solving interlocking problems related to poverty, children's education, and responsible parenthood. Through the Pagbabago campaign, children and parents in the communities are given bags branded as Pagbabago that contain reading materials on the importance of education and responsible parenting. Sara personally delivers these bags to children and parents. She uses her voice and influence to steer families into the right path out of poverty. The Kian Gabriel Hotline was created to allow anonymous reporting of child neglect and abuse that paved the way to rescue children in distress. The hotline was created in memory of 2 children in Davao City who died because of abuse. Since its operationalization in October 2016 and as of January 2022, no child has died at the hands of abusers in the city. In 2018, Sara led the creation of Hugpong ng Pagbabago, a region-wide political party aimed at creating a strong, peaceful, and developed region that can become a symbol of hope for our country's progress. Just like in 2016, she also went around the country in 2019, but this time on her favorite big bike, a 900cc Yamaha XSR, she fondly named Ella to help campaign for senator candidates. In November 2021, Sara took her oath as a member of the Lakas Christian Muslim Democrats National Party. Sara is currently the chairperson of both the HNP and Lakas CMD. Sara is an adopted member of the Philippine Military Academy Maharlika Class of 1984 and the Philippine National Police Academy Tagapagkalinga Class of 1991. She is a member of the Philippine Coast Guard Auxiliary and the Armed Forces of the Philippines Army Reserve Command. She holds the rank of Colonel and is currently the Assistant Brigade Commander of the 2202nd Ready Reserve Combined Arms Brigade, Philippine Army. She has received several medals, ribbons, badges, and citations for her work in Davao in support of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. She also received a presidential award from former President Benigno Simeon Aquino Jr. and the Philippine Commission for the Urban Poor in December 2011. And in August 2021, Sara was celebrated by Asia Pacific Luminaire Awards as someone who has contributed to the creation of a brighter future. Sara is a Bachelor of Science in Respiratory Therapy graduate from the San Pedro College in Davao City. She received her Juris Doctor degree from the San Sebastian College Recoletos in the city of Manila. She was presented as one of the 30 most outstanding St. Augustine awardees of San Sebastian in January 2014 and was granted by the San Sebastian College of Law the Distinguished Alumna Award for Public Service in February 2020. She also received the Distinguished Woman of Service Award from the San Beda College Alumni Association in February 2011. Sara spent 4 years of law school at the San Beda and her final year in San Sebastian. Sara is a graduate in 2011 of the twin program of the Armed Forces of the Philippines Command and General Staff College, General Staff Course, and the Development Academy of the Philippines, Master of Public Management. Sara is blessed as an adopted member of the Ate tribe of Davao City in 2013. She was given the name Bio Simulun. She is also an adopted daughter of the province of Camarines Sur and the city of Tangub, and in 2019, she was blessed as an adopted daughter of the province of Abras Tingyan tribe, given the name Dulimaman, which was inspired from the courageous heroine in the tribe's epic Wadagan Ken Dulimaman. Sara was once involved in an infamous punching incident of a court sheriff in 2011. She has twice publicly apologized for what happened and was suspended by the Department of the Interior and Local Government and reprimanded through an administrative case. Looking back, she describes the sad incident as a turning point in her life as a politician, a constant reminder not to embarrass the mandate given to me by the people. She now considers herself the best person to talk about peace because she was once a national face of rage. Meanwhile, Sara has a collection of photos of herself with facades and altars of numerous Catholic churches taken during her travels all around the country. She is keenly interested in the architecture and history of Catholic churches, believing that each reflect the faith of the people and the uniqueness of the towns where these churches are built. She is married to fellow lawyer Manassas Reyes Carpio, and they have 3 children named Shark, Stingray, and Stonefish. Inday Sara is undoubtedly no magician, but the strength of her heart to lift everyone and soar high, fight, and win makes her second to none.